This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and far. All right, let's talk about it. Terence Crawford is not getting it through the mud, just like Earl the True Spence did when he fought Shawn Porter. Let me explain why. Terence Crawford is not the fighter that you guys think that he is. He is every bit the fighter that you do not understand that he is at his truest and his most prosperous levels. Terence Crawford has always been a barking chihuahua. He's always had barking chihuahua situations laid out for him. Kell Brook, and I'm going to restate this again because I have to explain it, because I feel like Bud Man fans don't want to come to this cold-hearted. They don't want to come to this unadulterated. And they don't want to come to this cutthroat true teller fashion. When Earl the True Spence fought Kell Brook, he went all the way in Sheffield. He not only fought this man in Sheffield, he fought this man on his terms because he had to go and get that IBF belt. He went in that man's backyard. And this was when Kell Brook was special fucking K. And he made him bend the proverbial knee via Boys to Men fashion. Basically, he had him on bended knee. He systematically broke him down. Terence Crawford fought a Kell Brook that was a shell of himself. Spence told Terence Crawford that you're fighting my leftovers. And you're fighting a guy that is a shell of himself because I finished him. Basically, I made him chop liver for you. And that's exactly what happened. And then the fact that Kell Brook didn't have Dominic Ingle, which everyone knows that Dominic Ingle is Kell Brook's defining trainer. He is the guy that Kell Brook leans on, especially when it comes to arduous fights. Eddie Hearn wanted no parts of the promotion. Eddie Hearn was sitting there, was like, I already see that the old car salesman, aka Shiesty motherfucker, because I'm the new car salesman, aka new Shiesty motherfucker edition. I already see that he's basically warranting the situation so that it can be a chihuahua walking behind the damn fence, nosedive affair. So I don't want no parts of it. When a promoter blatantly pulls back, the promoter's letting you know the three-pronged monster of economics, politics, and pugilism has been ingratiated, has been basically disseminated, and has been activated. And if fight fans are being honest with themselves, why aren't they asking themselves these underlying questions? Bud Man fans are no different than Cinnamon Dust of Horchata and Alvarez fanboys. Bud Man fans are no different than Pack Talks, because they don't realize these three boxers are the most overrated boxers boxing has ever seen. This is why Terence Crawford always has to be bailed out by Bob Arum. Now you have fight fans showcasing to you, finally, Shawn Porter's having training videos. But where's Larry Wade? Why isn't he Larry Waded the fuck up? Why is Shawn Porter showcasing just himself? Why isn't Kenny Porter yelling off the top of his lungs? See, this is the question that fight fans can't get around. It's okay to drop a comment and showcase you're a Bud Man fan and hate and troll and say, oh, you a Bud hate channel. You don't like Bud. But when He Knows Everything is telling the cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat true teller fashion, and you can't basically debunk it, or you can't refute the cold-hearted, you can't debunk or refute the unadulterated, you can't rebut or refute, you can't debunk or refute the unadulterated, you can't debunk or refute the cutthroat true teller fashion. It says everything about you as a fight fan, not anything that has to deal with He Knows Everything. When it's all said and done, the truth is what the truth is, and the truth hurts, but the truth will set you free. Shawn Porter has not trained for Terence Crawford for 12 fucking months, because this is not the same level of basically I'm training for the same gamut here. I'm training for the same arduous fate here. I'm training for the same level of opponent that's going to bring it. It's not that. Because in all instance, what we're seeing is that Terence Crawford once again is getting the situation in his fucking favor. Easy as fuck. Because we all know that Terence Crawford has always been what Terence Crawford's always been. You notice I had to put that little emphasis on it. A barking fucking chihuahua. There's a reason why I barked a little differently. Because he's a squeaking fucking chihuahua. Because when it's all said and done, if fight fans are being honest with themselves, there's always a special clause that has to be given for Terence Crawford. This is why it's top ranked strange. I'm preparing you guys' mindset. The real G's, the super real G's, and the ultimate real G's out here in these boxing streets, they're getting it. But the Rudy fucking Poo and the Plum brains, the classic fucking dotes and the troglodytes, the ultra fucking fanboys with the ultra fucking fanboy rhetorics, they're not gonna get the message. And the reason why they're not gonna get it or understand the emphatic message that's being delivered to them in authenticity and consistency is because they choose to be blind. You know, when you have the blind leading the blind, they ultimately lead one another into what's called a ditch. Budman fans are allergic to the truth. Woo! No pun intended, dog. Let me say it again. Budman fans are allergic to the truth because they don't want to accept the fact that Terence Crawford, Dud fucking Crawford, Bud fucking Fraudford is fighting Earl the True Spence leftovers, but in such a precarious situation to where it's in his fucking favor. Terence Crawford is not worried. And that's not a good fucking sign. When you know that Shawn Porter could give Terence Crawford a phone booth beatdown. Terence Crawford's supposed to be worried as hell. Notice Shawn Porter trained for 12 months because Shawn Porter was scared out of his fucking life when he was getting ready to fight Earl the True Spence. He don't have that same level of fear. So Shawn Porter's letting you know the way that he's fucking training that Terence Crawford is nowhere near the level of Mr. Tactical Aggression, of Mr. Technical Puncher Placement, and Mr. Body Snatching Work, the levying onslaught of the punishment style. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat from killer fashion. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Geeks. I keeps the foot on the whoop. Geeks. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.